Revelation 1 and 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fire, like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters.
Yeah, I was laying on the surgical table. I was really sick. I had a pretty high fever, and I was talking to the people around me. You know, they wheel me over from, like, they helped me get from the gurney to the surgical table. And as soon as I laid down there, before they put a mask on or anything, I looked to my right, and Jesus walked into the operating room like I thought he was the surgeon at first, but he's wearing a white robe. He looked very different than the Jesus that I'd been shown as a kid. He had darker skin than I thought. As a kid growing up in North America, I was always shown a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Jesus. But that's not the way he looked.
Right.
And that's not the way he looks, I should say. So when he walked in, I instantly knew it was Jesus.
All right, so you have that man there that appears to look like to be an Edomite. All right, you heard it. All right, and for the record, his name is not Jesus; it's Whjte. Okay, you people ignorantly call the Son of Man Jesus, man. First, there was no letter J in the time when Whjte was alive, all right? And even in the 1611 Bible, there were no J's in that Bible, all right? If they were calling him in the Greek, it was Jesus, all right? Just like, matter of fact, let's see here. See, right here, verse 9, that's not a J, okay? John, that's not a J. So where are they getting this Jesus word from, right? So anyway, let's get to the scriptures. And as you see right here in this pic that I have, it says Revelation 4 and 3. He who sat on the throne looked like jasper and sardius. Okay. And here's a good image. All right. This is that image. Revelation 4 and 3. Matter of fact, let me just go to it. And it reads, and he sat, I started to. It says, and immediately I was in the spirit. This is John, right? The Revelator. It says, and behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne. And he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone. And there was a rainbow round about the throne, in sight like unto an emerald. All right. So that's that image right there. That's it. So now let's grab some more precepts. And as you see, the jasper and the sardius stone look like these children in the photograph. Hey, and even my picture. All right. Let's grab what else I want. And this will be short. Short video, straight to the point. Milk scriptures that these Edomites, so-called white people, love to deny. They'll sit there and say, oh, he was Arab. He was Arab. Middle Eastern, which Middle East just means a direction. All right. It's really Western Asia. There's no word that says Europe or Middle East in the scriptures, man. What I wanted, Daniel. That's what I wanted. Daniel 7 and 9. It says, I beheld. This is Yahweh. All right, the Ancient of Days. It says, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. All right, Yahweh has no beginning nor end, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. All right, a fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were open. All right, let's jump over to chapter 10 and verse 6. It says, his body also was like the beryl, and his face as like the appearance of lightning. That when you go into a beryl, it's like a green color. All right, this is where Esau Edom, self-proclaimed white man, come up with that mindset of the of aliens being green. All right, and when they showed them with the big head, what they're mimicking is the afro. All right, it says, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass, and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. All right, so he had a very deep, strong voice. All right, very white voice, time 1,000. Okay, so let's grab this real quick. Let's go into the book of Acts. Show you that the men of the Lord were what you would call so-called Negroes, man. The book of Acts 13, and I'm gonna start at 1. It says, now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Nigger. Okay, and Lucius of Cyrene, and Manan, which had been brought up with Herod the tetrarch of Saul. Let's grab the NLT. It says, among the prophets and teachers of the church at Antioch of Syria were Barnabas, Simeon, called the black man. All right. Now we know there's no such thing as white people nor black people. All right. The Edomites, so-called white people, all right, they are red. Their blood shows forth through their skin. All right. This is why Genesis 25 and 25 reads that he came out red like unto an hairy garment. Okay. And there's no such thing as black. The Hebrew Israelites are different shades of brown people. Now, through scattering, the Israelites can look like any of the other 17 nations. All right. Through scattering. You are who you are through your father, Numbers 1 and 18. Okay. So that's the point I wanted to get, called him a black man. All right. So now they changed everything. All right. That guy that was in the surgery. All right. What appears to be an Edomite. He said that the image that he known was a so-called white man. All right. Looking like the they had a look of the Bee Gees, or, and I think the Bee Gees were Jake. But anyway, that's another story. But let me grab this real quick. How do these things happen? Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, we know who the wicked is. It is the self-proclaimed white man. All right, Malachi 1 and 4 tells you that they're the border of wickedness. Now, our people, so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, they do wicked acts. All right, they follow after the ways of the heathen. Okay, but you have the seed of the wicked. Okay, and then you have the seed of the righteous, who are the Israelites. All right, and then you have the son of men, which are the other heathens. All right, the heathens are like extras in the movie. It's always been about Jacob and Esau, man. All right, and Esau, he's ruling now. All right, ever since the Renaissance period, he painted the judges thereof, man, into his images, man. And we're going to grab that real quick in the book of First Maccabees. 3 and 48. It says, and laid open this is during the Greek captivity, all right? Because you had what? The Greco-Roman, all right, era, right? And this when Israelites were Hellenized, right? And laid open the books of the law, which is the scriptures, right? Wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. See that's iconoclasm. Okay. So let's grab the book of St. John. This is the one I want to get because I brought out in Daniel the appearance of Yahweh, who you people ignorantly call God. All right. And then in Revelation 1 and 14, the image of Yahweh, who they ignorantly call Jesus. All right. And fraudulently call him that because that's not his name. The book of St. John 14 and 9. It says, Yahweh, see, it's no J. Yahweh saith unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that has seen me has seen the Father, and how sayest thou then, show us the Father? All right. So, hey, Yahushua, he's the spitting image of his Father, man. So, Lord willing, that was edifying. You know, these are those milk scriptures. We're going to keep bringing out the Revelation 1 and 14 because they keep painting the image. And here it is. You can show the proof, even in our people face, man. And there's, oh, that don't matter. If it don't matter, why they changed it? Okay. That pale face, stringy hair demon that they presented around the world is that was fraud, man. Okay. That was fraud. And you changed the image to push plantation Christianity, man. All right. And that was that plantation Christianity. That's worse than any drug ever created for our people, man, and has destroyed us. So, Lord willing, it was edifying. Shalom.